Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Oh, we're going to do more on trivia. About an hour.
Yeah,
so
baby.
Make sure you're here for
Bringing
that.
it back.
First of the season. It's back. And this time, it's pissed.
Packers and Cowboys.
Packers, Cowboys. Will be in. Stu will join us. And so
what?
it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's sitting right
gonna
next
sit
to
right
you.
next to you.
In an hour.
Won't that be great?
Can't wait.
Yeah. One of your best friends in the world sitting right there with you.
Yeah, no, seriously, I just said
Should
I can't
inspire
wait.
you. Yeah,
Wait.
I feel it. I feel the excitement, the energy. That's great. So this Houthi thing,
The Hootie Hoots, yeah.
wow, it's heating up. Airstrikes by the U.S. and U.K. overnight against Houthi military targets in Yemen will not go without punishment or retaliation. Wait a minute. It's punishment and retaliation for what you're doing to the shipping lanes. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Need to wipe these people out. They also claimed that 73 strikes had killed 5 fighters and wounded 6 others.
That's it.
It said the Houthis would continue to block the passage of ships in the Red Sea and the Arabian Sea. Yeah, if we can't stop the Houthis, we need to close up shop.
Well, now that having been said, does our president or secretary of the military know that this is happening?
Oh, no,
and
they have no
B,
idea. When did this start?
B,
I think was their quote. When did this start?
The defense secretary
how
really
are we
doesn't know.
doing this without Congress? And I'm not.
Oh, that's
I am
cute.
not.
Oh,
I
listen,
am not a
That's adorable, isn't it?
constitutionalist.
Listen to
I'm not an
this
adorable.
expert.
quaint
Yeah, it's adorable.
Americana over here.
Asking a question because I don't know.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
I know. I'm an idiot. I got it.
Well,
But I was just wondering.
I think Biden and Harris went to Congress quietly and said, "Hey, we're
Kind of on the
looking
down low.
for some war powers. Can
I
you
see.
go ahead and grant?" And they had a big vote,
Oh.
and they obviously turned out to be in the affirmative.
And they did this quietly.
And they did all that quietly, and then they sent the
okay.
strikes in.
All right.
Does anybody?
There's actually there's a thing you can do so that you don't have to go through Congress
Right.
on things that are pressing, immediate.
Yeah.
It's a War Powers Act or something. Do you remember that? And so I
don't.
Yeah.
I would think
he pulls
but the
that
problem
when he gives
is
money away too.
yeah, they claim it every single
Yeah.
time, and so it's just become this unconstitutional situation where anything the president wants to do militarily, he does.
Just do it.
Here's a story from December. I'll just read you the headline. U.S. targets flow of Iranian funds to Houthis. Would this be the same Iranians that this president funded just a few months back? Remember that big to-do?
Yep.
So we've basically funded them. Boy, this sounds very familiar. We're
Sure does.
funding them, and now we're like, oh, now we've got to go to war with them.
Well, they kept a close eye on that money. If you remember right, they said
they?
were keeping
they watched it
were
like
keeping a
hawks.
close eye on that.
shoot,
They
I missed
released
that.
it, remember?
Watched it.
And then they went. What's his face? Anthony Blinken went over there and talked to the guitar people, right? And they kept it on hold for a little while.
Yeah, the guitar people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. And they live in Guitar World. Is that right? The guitar
they
people?
got their own land over there, some guitar land, yeah. The strings and everything.
All right.
You know
good.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Apparently, the guitar diplomacy didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know.
What a surprise.
I don't know. Yeah,
Man, what a surprise.
we're in a predicament worldwide,
Everywhere.
thanks to
Yep.
this administration. That's for sure.
If Winkin and Nod had gone with Blinken, perhaps they would have gotten somewhere
They got something
on this
done.
whole thing.
I
Yeah,
know.
but they didn't.
They didn't.
And so I suggested he take
Yes, you did.
Winkin and Nod.
Yes, you did. That's a fact.
Because when Winkin, Blinken, and Nod do something, it usually works out.
Yeah.
So, but they didn't. Anyway, should we revisit yesterday's clip of Donald Trump telling us where he stood on lockdowns back in 2020?
Boy, that was fun yesterday, right?
Oh, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fun. It's fun.
What's the problem? I mean, the man said it.
Yeah, let's see.
Hey,
What
yes,
was
he
this?
did.
So this is the clip from the town hall he did 2 nights ago, right?
Okay.
Okay.
And here it is. Here's what he said.
I'm a federalist in a sense because that's the federalist way. No, I didn't actually have a shutdown, despite the fact that some people wanted to and some people didn't want to. But we had some great governors. The governors that did the best job were Republican governors.
Okay, yeah.
And they were.
He did not have a shutdown.
I wish I would have watched that. I'd like to hear the rest of that because there's a little bit of what's the term? Revisionist history.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. Wow.
Sounds like you're.
Jeffy has his own account. All right, Trump supporters. So you better start unfollowing him right now and calling him every vile name on the planet.
Jeffy JFR.
And some vile name combinations that I've never even seen or heard before.
Way to be original. Way to be original, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, really good.
Wow.
Really good creative stuff. Nobody could defend it, really. Nobody could make a logical
That's the thing.
explanation, but they can use very vile language, and they can unfollow. So
And it makes you, Mr. Twitter, even you, who spend every moment of every day on Twitter, it makes you just want to go over there less now, right?
Yeah, it does.
Because,
Yeah, it
you've
does.
been there constantly.
Right.
So anyway, to Jeffy's point, we might have a little something to play.
Yeah?
Oh.
Okay.
Would you ever allow a shutdown in the future?
Talking about a COVID shutdown.
Correct.
No, I wouldn't. And I never did. We did the right thing. We closed the country down. Could have kept it open. And I could have done what some countries are doing. I had to shut it down, and we did the right thing. Florida did shut down. Ron DeSantis shut down. We're in a place called Florida, and we have a great governor.
Wait,
Governor knows exactly what he's doing. Terrific job. He just announced that the schools will be open. Governor's done a great job. Florida is down low now in the China virus. He shut his state down very violently. And you're open and you didn't close and it's just amazing, right? It's great. One of the greatest governors in our country, and I know a lot of good ones, and I can tell you there's some really bad ones too, but this is a great one, Governor Ron DeSantis.
Wow. Wow.
There's just nothing to say, Pat.
There's no argument against it. There's just no argument. I'm sorry.
AI. Jeffy busted us.
This is why I want him involved in the debates, because I want him to explain this to us.
Yes.
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth, and I don't care how much you love the guy. He did. He is. I don't want him to. I like Trump, but come on. He is not perfect. And they won't give a stinking inch, a millimeter on that he's ever made a single mistake ever in his life.
Right.
Well, he has.
Yeah.
He has.
And I would give almost anything for him to be president right now.
Yes, sure. Of course. I would too.
And obviously he tried to pin DeSantis and Fauci together, because
what it was
DeSantis
his
right.
guy.
So here's a quote. Now, granted, it's from the little elf, Dr. Fauci, but here's the quote: "The president has listened to what I have said. When I've made recommendations, he's taken them. He's never countered or overridden me."
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I remember that. I remember
that. Yeah, we all do.
Yeah. Well, certain people don't.
Wow, sorry. Yeah.
Certain people don't. They're pretty selective when it comes to Donald Trump. But, it pisses me off that he's taking what he did and trying to pin it on DeSantis. He's trying to hook DeSantis with Fauci, and then you can't. That's unbelievable to me.
So
it's
the
unbelievable.
Iowa caucus is Monday, and just checking out old Des Moines, -4 is going to be your high temperature.
Wow.
And
they had whiteout conditions
and Monday night, when you're caucusing, -15. So
oof.
Yeah,
have fun getting out and about.
That's not wind chill. I mean, that's just.
Are you going to go to a caucus when it's 15 below?
With a 15-mile-an-hour sustained wind?
Pooh-wee.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Man. That's good. That's hard.
You aren't kidding.
You got to be committed to take your life in your hands like that and go to a caucus.
People like you, say Team Asa, gonna definitely be out there.
Get out there.
Yeah, because I'm so committed to Asa Hutchinson.
If they have power,
you're his precinct manager.
If they have power, couldn't they just caucus over Zoom? I mean, I'm asking seriously.
Yeah,
I don't know. I get the whole. We've got to hang out in somebody's living room or the church basement or the school cafeteria or something. I get all that, but
could you do it that way? You probably could if you were set up to do that. But I don't know. I don't know that they are.
Well, if they don't have power, how can they zoom in?
That's what I'm saying. Well, I did say if they have power. That's why I asked the question. If they have power.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know who it's going to help when there's a low turnout, because there's going to be. Right. I mean, there will be some dedicated people to get out and vote. Whose people will those be? Will they be Trump supporters, DeSantis, Ramaswamy people? I mean, if your guy has 5% and, like Vivek, are you going to go and vote for him when you're like, man, he's not going to win this thing?
I mean, I like him and all, but
but I'm not going to. I'm not going to brave 15 below.
Look at this headline. Because you know how you keep bringing him up. And you're like, he's still in it. Asa Hutchinson. This is from 3 days ago, Washington Post. Here's the headline. Asa Hutchinson reminds Iowans who forgot him, quote, I'm still running.
What's his deal?
What is his deal?
Again, though, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there, did it make any noise?
But you show up to
if Asa is running and nobody knows,
he
really running?
Is he really running? But you show up to the caucuses and you have to pitch your guy, right? And you have to standing up and go, I would like to make a speech on behalf of Asa Hutchinson.
There's going to be one lady, and and maybe that lady doesn't show up.
He's the man we need for the job.
Below.
No, because she's 86 years old.
Yeah.
And she's not going out in 15 below zero.
No way.
Oh, my gosh. He showed up at some...
no way.
Where was he? He's at a campaign event, whatever. One woman couldn't quite figure out who he was. She was asked by a reporter. He goes, was he a state trooper? She doesn't know who this guy was showing up to speak. This is awesome.
State trooper.
State trooper, Asa Hutchinson.
Is she serious, or is that a joke?
Yeah, I'm just reading. I'm just reading through the article. Like, these people have no idea who he is.
That's great. Well, our current president is Joe Biden, and of course, he's great.
Know it, baby.
Yeah. Here's his wife, Lady Jill McBiden. MD, Doctor Lady Jill
I don't believe she's
McBiden.
an MD.
She wants us to know how hard Joe works for America every day.
Oh.
And I think what people don't see is how hard Joe works every single day. He gets up thinking what he can do for the American people.
Of course he does. And what he can do to mega MAGA supporters.
My original thought to that is, you're right, we don't see it. But then I when you think about it, we do see what this
how hard he
man
tries to destroy America.
Yes.
Yeah, we see that every single day.
It. So it's been, I think, maybe 3.5 weeks. I don't know exactly the date. But Joe's only done the January 6th speech on January 5th. That's all he has done. He hasn't been in public.
Wow. Huh.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
He's been busy, planning attacks on the Houthis.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Looking in on, the head of the military that's having, surgery for cancer. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Well, he found out about it like a week later, but once he did, he sprang into action and said, no problem. He's still the best guy for it.
Yeah. I love the fact that he found out before
5 minutes.
We found out.
5 minutes before we did.
So they can go ahead and parse those words that the president knew.
But do you recall when Obama always lied? I heard about it on the news, just like you. That's when I heard about it. Actually, that may be accurate with Joe Biden. Because they're not telling him anything about his own presidency.
He has no idea. It's embarrassing. He has no idea what's going on in his own cabinet.
Yeah.
His own White House.
Yeah.
It's just
a pretty important position there.
Yeah.
Defense Secretary. Hello.
Don't you meet? I thought he was meeting with those people every day.
And what is Lloyd Austin thinking when he doesn't tell?
That's a great question.
Anybody?
Too.
What are you thinking?
Who do you think you are? What are you doing?
On. How is this possible that you're going in for major surgery like that?
Elective.
Major surgery like that. And you don't even tell your second in command in case anything goes wrong, which it did. And he was in ICU for 4 days, and we didn't even know about it. Wow, is that... I mean, unbelievably irresponsible.
No kidding. No respect.
None.
For any.
You don't give a rat's
He's
anus
the head
about
of the
this
military.
country.
We're talking about chain. He has no respect for the chain of command.
Right.
None of it.
Right. Should be gone. He should
100%.
The minute we found out all of this stuff, he should have been fired immediately.
Go take care of your cancer, bro.
Right.
You're done.
Nothing against you. We hope you make a full and complete recovery. But get out. Get out.
Right. As a matter of fact, I know you're in ICU. I've got people cleaning out your office.
Right.
So it's
yes.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll handle all of that. We'll drop it off in front of your garage later on today. Wow. All right, let me take a minute to tell you about Moink Box. You know, I like knowing exactly where my meat comes from. And with Moink, that place is from small family farms all across the country. You can help save the family farm and get access to the highest quality meat on earth when you join the Moink movement today. Moink delivers grass-fed, grass-finished beef and lamb, pastured pork and chicken, and sustainable, really delicious wild-caught Alaskan salmon straight to your door. Mm-hmm. The best bacon on the planet.
Oh, I am a huge fan of the Moink bacon. In fact, every time I eat Moink bacon, I say to myself, and I say it out loud.
Do you?
Oink,
Oink,
oink.
oink.
I've just been
moinked. Yeah. Well, that's why I guaranteed you would say that, and you did. You choose the meat delivered in every box, like ribeyes, chicken breasts, pork chops, salmon fillets, and a lot more. Plus, you can cancel anytime. You're not signing on for 2 years here. Keep American farming going by signing up at moinkbox.com/unleashed. That's MOINK, moinkbox.com/unleashed. Listeners to this show get free ground beef for a year. That's a year of the best ground beef you'll ever taste, just for a limited time. Go to MOINK, moinkbox.com/unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Speaking of Joe Biden, he's obviously the victim of elder abuse here.
That's on some
Look
level,
at this poster. Oh. Have you seen this man? He's wanted for scamming an elderly man out of $100 billion.
If you're listening, it's a picture of Vladimir Zelensky. Yeah.
That's really fun. I mean, it was just reported.
That's good.
Yeah, it was just reported yesterday that 40,000 weapons worth $1 billion plus.
Oh, $1.6 billion.
Sent to Ukraine have, we don't know where they're at.
Nope.
We don't know where they're at.
Really?
Somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, the Watchdog Group
You got a problem with that?
found that out. $1.6 billion in weapons. Gone. I don't know. 40. How many was it? 40? What?
Well, we don't know that they're gone because we don't know where they're
They're
at.
just missing. Or they're just not accounted for.
There you go.
I'm sure they'll turn.
There you go.
Somebody put them in a garage.
I'm surprised anybody's trying to account for them.
Isn't that interesting? But
I'm amazed.
Again, it's a private group. It's not your government that figured that out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
$1.6 billion worth of weaponry. Incredible. When they're crying poor mouth all the time. We need your help. We need your help. Help us. Help. Help us. We need more money, more billions. We need more weapons. We need more. He's in our face all the time. And you're not keeping track of this stuff?
I know.
We're sending you billions of dollars worth of equipment and weapons and support, and we're paying your pensions and doing all of these things, and you can't even keep track of it.
So it sounds
because they're so corrupt over there.
What I'm hearing is Putin sympathizer at the microphone. That's all I'm hearing.
How often have I sung the praises of Vladimir Putin?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know. We know. Pat.
I know. I know you know. I might as well just admit it,
okay.
Because you know. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Love me some Soviets and some Russian leaders. Just love them. If there's one thing I like, it's commies.
We got it.
That's pretty clear, right?
Got it. All right.
Yesterday, a watchdog group, noted that, like I just said, but Kirby was asked about it, finally, and here's what he had to say.
There's a new report out from the Defense IG that says that American defense officials didn't fully count for nearly 40,000 weapons that the U.S. provided to Ukraine, sensitive material, small enough to be bartered, put on the black market. Does the White House have any reaction, any concern about that report?
Certainly, I'd refer you to the Defense Department for a more detailed reaction, but just let me broadly say,
broadly.
We have for many, many months now been interested in improving accountability over the
Pause
end
it for a
use
second.
Have you?
Wait, this has been going on for 2 years. For many months now, you've been interested in this process?
So forceful with that.
Okay. How many months? Like 2? 3? How long have you been interested in this process? Come on. This is so unacceptable. And yet, they get away with it.
They sure do.
Every single day. See the rest.
Interested in improving accountability over the end use of material that is provided to Ukraine. We have had that conversation with our Ukrainian partners, and they share our concerns about accountability. Now,
how'd they lose all these weapons in? How'd they lose 40,000?
Pat, what do you want?
They're
They
concerned.
share their concerns.
Yeah, they're concerned.
What do you want, bro?
Yeah, we're concerned.
I'm sorry. I thought this was a watchdog group. This was actually the Defense Department IG. Boy, he didn't get the memo to keep his trap shut.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. So it's not even a watchdog
Well, they
group.
just busted. Right, I mean, they haven't been able to balance their budget in the military for I don't know how many years now. I mean, they're missing billions of dollars, and they just busted this Army employee right for stealing hundreds of millions of dollars over the last half a dozen years or so. She just got busted because she was buying property and spending all kinds of stuff. She's up for, I don't know, 100 years in jail or whatever.
Wow.
But she's been stealing, they claim, 100 million plus from the Army.
So?
That was going on.
So?
Well, I'm just.
Do you want your nation defended or not?
I'm echoing
Listen to
John
this.
Kirby. I'm echoing concerns.
So,
Okay. All right.
you don't want your nation defended. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why do you love
look at
Putin?
that. Yeah, you're not
What do
the
you want
only one in this room.
Soviet
that loves
national
it.
anthem to
Yeah.
play every time you come on the show? Is that what you want?
Oh, there's your new chewing theme.
Yeah, there it
right
is.
there.
Why do you love Vladimir? If you love him so much, why don't you marry him, Jeffy? Thanks, comrade.
So what was it? This is a good time to remember the $2.3 trillion that Donald Rumsfeld said was missing on September 10th, 2001.
Yeah, but that was he was just missing. Doesn't mean that it was gone.
Right, which
doesn't?
we never heard another word about it, though,
No.
obviously, because
No, we did not.
9/11 happened. And then,
And then if you
Everybody's like,
spoke
what?
up, then you Jeffy
yeah.
and
Right.
pro-Putin and
Right.
pro-terrorist.
Why do you love Putin? Why don't you marry him?
Yeah, what are you, an Osama bin Laden fan now? Listen to you. Don't question where your tax dollars are going, sir.
No. Meanwhile, one of the things Republicans are proposing to try to rein in spending by the government is cutting back the size of the IRS.
Yes,
Wouldn't that
please.
be nice?
Oh, please.
And Biden, of course, the Biden administration has been increasing the size.
I mean, that's their baby.
You know, what they
they
added
gotta- well, they gotta-
87,000 IRS
To
agents.
go after the rich.
Thank you. Yes, and that needs to be done. We need to really punish the wealthy in this country, don't we? How dare you get more money than somebody else has? How dare you?
All Americans, regardless of wealth, continue to get punished by the Biden administration.
That's for sure.
The inflation rate up in December. Now we're up 3.4% in December. Just keeps on going up.
Yep.
If you go into if you purchase any goods, it's
fun,
definitely noticeable.
That's for sure. Representative Kathy Porter was asked about all of this.
Are you comfortable with losing some of that IRS funding that Democrats have pushed so hard for?
Cutting the IRS's funding is really bass backwards. Frankly, it doesn't accomplish anything.
It's bass backwards.
Why are we even talking to her?
I don't know.
She's a criminal herself. Katie Porter. I mean, she's been. She beat up her husband.
That's right.
She assaulted him, right? Isn't she the one that assaulted her husband?
I'd forgotten about that. I knew there was something,
she's a
but you're
nightmare.
right. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
She is something else.
That's just
good recollection there. Yeah. So
and defending the IRS.
Yeah,
right.
That's bass backwards.
What the hell?
To cut the IRS.
Well, I mean, she's from California, right? So
yeah.
Just how dare you even consider?
Yeah, she was going to run for what's her face, the Senate seat, and and her and her husband. She beat the hell out of her husband.
That's right. Yes, that Katie Porter.
Wow. When was that?
Not too long ago.
I don't remember it.
Yeah,
Not too long ago when it all happened around the time. What's her face? The senator died.
Feinstein.
Feinstein. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because she was going to run for that seat, and I don't think she's running for that anymore. But that I could be wrong.
California's a great place.
I could be wrong on that too. They may have just brushed that under the table.
We haven't played what happened after a San Francisco City Council meeting earlier this week. Speaking of California, because everything's going so well in that state.
Have you seen this clip, Pat?
I have not.
Okay, so I want you to try. If you've seen it, sit it out. Otherwise, play this game.
I saw the story.
Can you
I didn't
tell
see the clip.
what they're celebrating?
Okay.
If you know, don't chime in. What do you think? Look at that, huh? Oh, I forgot they were chanting this. Oh. Look at these freaks, man. Wearing masks.
I don't know what they're chanting, though.
I don't either. What and the shirt was that Jews must die?
Something.
Wait, this one.
Jews say ceasefire now. Jews say ceasefire now.
Yeah, they want Palestine free.
Free.
Free Palestine. Yeah, they're clapping because the San Francisco City Council, with all of its power over international affairs, had just voted by a score of 8-3 to support the ceasefire.
We don't think in California.
So there you go. So that's you would have thought the 49ers won the Super Bowl or something. I mean, what was that?
Oh, man. I remember when the Houston City Council, when we lived in Houston, used to do the same kind of BS stuff, getting involved in doing these dumb resolutions that were absolutely meaningless.
Support reparations.
Yes,
Remember
support reparations.
Yeah, like, okay, whatever.
Declare that the United States should not get involved in Iraq and Afghanistan. I mean, all kinds of just dumb things that the city council has no power to do.
And no business to worry about it. What are we doing?
No business worrying about. You know what? You synchronize the stoplights on Westheimer. Fix the potholes.
Thank you.
Get us some drainage in the city so it doesn't flood when somebody spits.
There you go. Thank you.
How about that?
That's what we elected you to do.
Yeah.
Take care of our city.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about Iraq and Afghanistan from the Houston City Council or from the San Franciscans either.
So you're saying that you're not in support of the resolution?
Yeah, I am saying that.
To free Palestine free.
Right, I am. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Free Palestine.
Palestine has been free. It has been ruled by Hamas since 2005.
But who made that decision for them?
They did.
Oh.
Yeah, they did.
My bad.
They did.
Sounds like they're free.
They voted overwhelmingly and continue to support them overwhelmingly. Look at the polls in that place.
I feel like they were forced into it.
You feel like what?
I feel like they were forced into it. Yeah, the Jews.
The Jews wanted Hamas to rule.
Yeah, I think they were forced into
the Palestinians. Yeah. I bet that's the logic.
It absolutely is.
Man. Now, at a speech the other day, Senator John Fetterman spoke about the genocide against Israel back on October 7th and how the nation of South Africa has taken the nation of Israel, claiming Israel is the one bringing genocide on
South Africa. Take him to an international court.
Yeah,
this is insanity.
Yeah,
South
unreal.
Africa is taking Israel.
Over genocide claims against Palestinians.
Listen to this.
Who are they really fighting? It's a group of cowards. They hide in tunnels. They hide behind civilians.
Yep.
They attack, kill, and mutilate children, women, and they do that. Stop talking about proportion on that.
Thank you.
They shot their best shot on October 7th, and they would have taken more lives if they could have do that, but they couldn't do it. Wow. And now let's also talk about that. Now we're talking about genocide, and now South Africa is bringing that kind of a trial. Maybe South Africa maybe ought to sit this one out when they're talking about criticizing. Is
he sticking up for white farmers? I think he's sticking up for white farmers in South Africa that are being slaughtered.
He has been one of the strongest voices on this and a few other issues since
Chris has a theory.
Really?
That man has been. It was a factory reset.
Yeah, we've talked about that before too. Yeah,
factory reset for John Fetterman.
Yeah,
that's right.
Wow, that was strong. That was really good.
Is he talking without his phone and his screen now
he is.
as well?
I mean, that's impressive as well. Recovering a little bit.
Jeffy thinks it's not even him.
Pat Gray
no
Unleashed.
Hey, Bob Casey.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Libtard Pat Gray here this morning.
No.
Well, lib some other word as well.
You got to let that go.
Can't be repeated on broadcast.
Twitter's
entities.
a fun place.
Twitter is. That's why I love it so much.
That's why you're there.
I love it. I am about 1,000 light years to the right of Donald Trump. And they call me the lib.
They also called you
at least 1,000 light years more conservative than he is.
Then why don't you go vote for Joe Biden like they told you yesterday? Stop voting for Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
That's cute.
Have they ever listened to this show? Probably
Obviously.
a good number of them perhaps haven't. Is the thing. All right. We got some tweets here. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bitter today. This is why I hate Twitter. I hate it.
It's good that it doesn't exist anymore.
It bugs me.
No, here we go.
True, it's X.
I hate X. I hate Twitter. I don't like Instagram. I don't like any social media.
Wow.
What about Threads? Because you're big in Threads.
I do love Threads.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
you still love
of
Threads?
Course, is huge.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Wow.
Lulu.
I'm the commie lover. Okay. Okay.
Lulu the cookier tweets, the doctor misstated. Joe wakes up every morning wondering what he can do to get more pudding.
Yeah,
that's
his
true.
first thought.
Yeah. Shackelford FJB, the only thing Joe Biden is working at is getting the last bit of pudding off the bottom of that little cup.
It's a theme here.
Expired Vax promo. Apparently, only Alice Cooper knows how hard Joe works. Yeah, we saw Alice speaking on his behalf. Tyler Morgan, if I had an ICU stay and I didn't tell my boss, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have a job when I got out.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I really don't understand that at all. And I don't understand
incomprehensible.
How you still hold that job. I can understand, like Tyler said, that, he wouldn't have his job.
Yeah.
Maybe not, right? I mean, that's a difficult choice to make for employers when employees are sick.
Mm-hmm.
But the Secretary of Defense?
Yeah.
What are we even doing?
I know. At least you'd have to call in and say, hey, I'm not going to be at work today. And give them some excuse for not being there, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, Lloyd Austin didn't have to even do that because nobody knew where he was. Nobody knew he was in the hospital. You didn't even call in? And hey, by the way, I'm not going to be in today.
Secretary of Defense is.
Yeah, right.
Man. It's really, I can't even think. I can't
get my head around it. These people are so bad. They are the worst to have ever been in control of this country.
That's for sure.
Did you hear Congressman Jerry Nadler yesterday discussing illegal immigrants? Check this out.
And we need immigrants in this country.
We need them.
Yeah, we do. That's a fact.
Forget the fact that the farm that our vegetables would rot in the ground if they weren't being picked by many immigrants, many illegal immigrants.
Oh, my God.
The fact is that the birth rate in this country is way below replacement level, which means our population is going to start shrinking. And the ratio of people on Social Security and Medicare
look, he's laying
is
it
going
out.
to increase relative to the number of people supporting them.
Who's talking about replacement theory here? Jerry Nadler is.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we need people to pick our vegetables.
Thank you. So glad you didn't address that part.
Where are you going to get them? Americans aren't going to do that. We're way above that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, wow. They stick their foot in their mouth every single time.
A moment of truth,
he called them illegals, too.
And he did, without illegals, pulling them out of the ground.
That's incredible.
This is the cycle that happens in a socialist nation. Europe is a few years ahead of us on this, and this is why their open borders have led to immigrants from the more Islamo-fascist part of the world to support their social programs and their social safety nets, and so they had to import the labor. And look what's happening over there. On our side of the globe, it's illegals from Central and South America.
Mostly.
Now it's everywhere.
Yes, it's
and that is just fascinating. That moment of truth from Jerry Nadler.
It's almost as if history is repeating itself. I remember another empire that was ruled its world, and then started letting in all the other.
So what happened to them? Are they still around?
They're not.
They're
not prospering because didn't they need people to pick their vegetables?
They did.
Why? Then
they
what
needed
happened?
people to pick their vegetables, and they needed people to be in their military, and they needed so that they could sit back and hang out and have grapes and everything. In the cities.
They liked olives there too.
Yeah,
olives and grapes and whatnot.
Then that didn't work out well in the end.
That's weird.
History time story time with Jeff Fisher. I don't know where that story was going, but
tell
it was
us,
fun.
Uncle Jeffy, about. Tell us about the Visigoths.
This is when they asked the immigrants to come in.
Jeffy would have loved to live back there and wear muumuus, because that's basically what they were wearing. The
no
robes.
doubt about that. That's
basically
good stuff right there.
Well, and please, come on, they'd eat until they puked, and then they'd eat some more.
Eat some more.
I mean, those are good times.
Women knew their
for
place.
Jeff Fisher.
I mean, it's awesome.
Right.
I mean, wait.
Arlen Specter would have liked hanging out in ancient Rome too.
Right?
No, the bathhouse.
That's for sure. Representative Pramila Jayapal.
Oh, she's awesome.
Isn't happy with the immigration issue either. This is fun. Listen to this.
There is so much fear-mongering going on that it is difficult to know exactly where to start. But let me say this. First,
Don't say
the
it.
Biden administration is enforcing immigration laws.
No.
In fact, the administration has been so heavy-handed in recent months that I have serious concerns about how they are conducting border enforcement.
What? Heavy-handed. They release virtually everyone they catch coming across the border.
What?
Heavy-handed?
What world is she in?
She's in just lie.
Yeah.
She's in just lie world.
Heavy-handed Biden administration. Yeah, that's one criticism I have not heard yet. That they're over-enforcing the border.
Jeez.
Wait, I thought that was
is secure.
I thought that was not the clip you want me to pull. I thought it was 15 that you guys were going to play.
Oh, you thought we were going to
play? Joe, can you play 15? Because we need to learn about this, too.
A couple days ago.
The gentlelady from Washington is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
No.
Well, I appreciate the passion from my friend across the aisle and the outrage. I think we're all outraged about many things. But if we're going to talk about outrageous things that have happened or things that have never happened, let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection. And maybe that, too.
There we go.
Man.
They go on later to make more jokes about that as well.
Gosh.
It's pretty sad.
Trump causes erections.
I mean, he might have incited that. He certainly didn't incite an insurrection. So maybe it was the other
President Trump incited an erection.
We got it.
Ooh. I mean, she said the whole word.
Makes you think what she was thinking.
Yeah, no kidding.
Your Congress at work.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. And I'm so tired of this insurrection BS. I am so tired of it. I don't know, the tact that his lawyers are taking, that he should have immunity. Why are you going down that road? Why don't you go down the road that the guy didn't incite an insurrection? Right. How about that? How about he's not guilty of what you're trying to accuse him of here? How about he tried to shut these people down and calm them down, and he did it as he has shown multiple times during the day. He never told anybody to go into the Capitol building and do damage to it. He never said he was going to incite violence. He never did that. He never told people to get violent. He never said overthrow the government. He didn't say we're going to stop democracy. He didn't do any of the things you're trying to accuse him of. Why don't you go down that road?
It is strange.
It's weird.
It is.
It's weird. Instead, they're trying to say that the president can't assassinate candidates. Opposing candidates.
Well, I'm not quite sure I follow why that was asked.
That's
and what
bizarre.
Why that needed to be brought into the
because they're trying to say
discussion.
that the president has immunity from virtually anything. I think that's the point.
We before we got off on the Freudian slip there, we were talking about immigration, and as if earlier this week we weren't enraged enough with the kids in New York being moved to a different school so illegals could sleep in their school and all that good stuff. Did you see where ICE is now they're getting help from the VA to process health claims, health coverage claims, medical expenses for illegals. So VA veterans, where they're backed up, I think something like 400,000 claims they're behind on for our veterans' health care. And so they're taking an already swamped VA and moving that personnel to go and process health issues for illegals. I mean, this... We're not a country.
And they did, Mayor Adams did talk about paying citizens to house immigrants, illegal immigrants. If you got an extra room, let's get the people.
Yeah, the people you know nothing about. So just invite them into your home. They could be convicted felons in Honduras. Who knows?
You first, Eric.
Yeah. Right.
You first.
And they're putting them anywhere and everywhere. They're putting them in schools and kicking students out of the schools. They're putting them in hotels. They're buying 4 and 5-star hotels and housing them there. In Chicago, they're putting them at O'Hare Airport.
Mm-hmm. And
look at this.
Yeah, I mean, they had them, I think, in one area, and now it's just throughout, is my understanding.
Any of the air sides? Yeah.
It's because there's so many of them that they don't have anywhere to put them.
Look, I mean, look
at this. It's incredible. This is
that guy told him to stop recording.
Yeah,
I'll keep recording. Thank you. This is technically still America, bro.
Right.
But see how they're behind the curtains there?
Yeah.
Now
he's gonna peek behind the curtain.
Now
too.
They're everywhere. Now they're just out there in the open. It's like they don't care. It's just
unbelievable.
But again, this is this is what happens when you allow open borders and you have a governor in Greg Abbott who comes up with this genius plan to bus immigrants. All right, time for you guys to enjoy this too.
Only some of them are from Abbott, though. I mean, this.
Oh yeah,
this goes way beyond that.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we're just.
Yes, it does. The federal
it's an
government
invasion.
The federal government is shipping them as well.
Yeah. It's just an invasion now.
It is.
We're overwhelmed.
But the hallmark of the federal government, as opposed to the hallmark of these governors, the governors are sending them to big cities. The federal government is sending them under cover of night into small towns. Ta-da! Changing your demographics overnight.
Speaking of all this, we're our Blaze TV second episode of the docuseries Blaze Originals, where Glenn traveled down to Colony Ridge near Houston, and the quickly evolving Liberty County, Texas situation. He gives you the real story of Colony Ridge. Colony Ridge is growing fast, really, really fast, at a rate of 200 lots per week. And based on what Glenn and the Blaze Originals team observed firsthand, the overwhelming percentage of residents are Spanish-speaking non-citizens. So they're illegal aliens who don't speak a word of English. Very helpful. Very helpful in a country that is predominantly English-speaking.
For now.
Well, you can't have any law that says you gotta speak English, because then you'll be putting people in jail for not speaking English. That's what we're supposed to believe. My gosh. So please, check out this documentary. We need to know about these things.
The story is fascinating.
It's amazing.
It is.
It's amazing. If you're already a subscriber to Blaze TV, then great. Thank you for your help. If not, you can subscribe right now and get $30 off an annual subscription by visiting blazeoriginals.com. Use the promo code Colony Ridge. If you want to see this episode and future installments, help support the work we're doing by visiting blazeoriginals.com today and subscribe using the code Colony Ridge. You'll get $30 off your annual subscription. Do that now.
the rental car company
is they're selling 20,000 EVs in a shift back to gas-powered cars.
What did I just say?
Due to weak demand and high repair costs.
Remember earlier this week I said they declared bankruptcy, then they went and bought a fleet of electric vehicles.
Tesla.
20,000 of them.
Now this comes out.
Tesla vehicles.
They're selling all of them.
Yes, Pat. Yeah.
That company. Who is the government's running that? The government must be in
It couldn't
charge
happen
of
to a better company, in my
kidding.
opinion. They suck.
Wow.
So weak demand. So
how incredible is that?
Wouldn't you would expect rental companies, if they have a cutting edge technology you think everyone's going to want to adopt, right? You would think, let me rent this for the weekend. Maybe I'll really like it and I'll go and buy a Tesla next time I'm in the market. They don't even get them at the counter, huh?
Nope.
Has there been a bigger miscalculation on what Americans want than this EV thing?
Every green policy is like this.
And look,
that's for sure.
I'll say it
That's
again.
exactly right.
We've said it every time this comes up. I would love to have a Tesla if, under certain conditions. First of all, it's got to charge up fast. Okay, I don't want to take an hour or overnight to charge my car if I'm going on a long trip. I can't do that. I don't have time for that.
According to Elon, it doesn't take all night.
Yeah,
so.
It does though. It takes a long time. If you're going from Dallas to Houston, I've used this example a million times. You don't want to sit there for 3 hours while you charge at 80%. I don't want to do that. Who wants to do that?
No one. But again, according
well,
to
you just
Elon,
watch
it
a
doesn't
movie.
wait.
I'm not going to watch a movie between here and Houston.
I know.
To their defense, Pat, it will take 20 minutes to charge.
Yeah, that's
not
right.
3 hours. So I feel you because I've done road trips on a Tesla. I feel you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it take 20 minutes, though? That's
20
not
minutes.
true.
Yeah.
It is true?
Yes.
Okay.
It takes 20 minutes to recharge completely.
If there's a charger.
If there's a charger.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
If there's a charger available, and you don't have to wait for it. Right.
Okay.
And it works properly.
Well, that's going to mess up the
Only
way that I plan trips to Houston, because normally I like to carve out along the way and get about Huntsville, right? And then you pull over and watch a movie. And now you're saying I only have 20 minutes? Shoot. It's going to mess up everything on my day.
Right? Because you do pull over and watch that 2-hour movie as a rule.
Technology is not
while
there.
your car gasses up or charges up.
And who paid for those chargers, by the way?
Government?
That's right. No, the government. Who's the government?
Yeah,
the
us.
government.
Yeah,
the
we
government.
pay for it. We pay for it. So congratulations on that.
New Deal. Congratulations.
500,000 of them we get to pay for.
Everything green
This has worked out really well.
That is just meant to bleed us dry as a nation.
And it's working.
Sure is.
It's working.
It's lining somebody's pockets. It ain't us.
Man. Jeez.
Well, I'm hungry.
Yeah, hate to say we were right, but we are. Oh, we got Chick-fil-A coming.
Is that right?
Chick-fil-A, this is an interesting story. They may be forced to open on Sundays from now on. We'll tell you about that coming up. And more on trivia next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Upon the frozen tundra of the human mind, two teams go head to head.
How many weeks are in a typical year?
60.
60 weeks is really close.
In a brutal battle between brainless boobs.
What is SPF supposed to protect you from?
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
Thank you.
And senseless buffoonery.
What direction does the sun rise?
In the West?
In the west. Oh.
Dullards versus dummies.
Name one landlocked state.
California.
Oh, California.
Man, that's a good guess.
Dopes versus dodos.
A menorah is usually associated with what religion? Voodooism?
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Moron versus moron.
If you're in a selfie, who most likely took the picture?
Person in the middle?
The person in the middle.
In a monumental matchup of minuscule minds.
Who is the Speaker of the House?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on whose house you're talking about. Usually it's the wife.
Oh.
This is Moron Trivia.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. It's our season opening.
Yeah.
Moron Trivia episode. It's the big playoff edition.
Yeah, awesome.
Today, the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. I think this is something that Stu and I probably agree on, that the Green Bay Packers are going to win this game.
Well, I mean, as you know, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so
As I do know, yes. And you have a serious hatred for the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't know if that's accurate. I mean, I think what we're looking at here, Pat, is you are a Green Bay Packers fan,
right?
And I'm brought here to Moron Trivia to help balance the situation as an uninterested observer.
Okay,
I'm a fan of a different team,
right? Yes.
So it doesn't matter to me who wins a game like
You guys aren't going to attempt to manipulate the outcome, right?
Oh, certainly not. No.
Right?
No, we just let this unfold.
Don't mess with science.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold the line.
Yeah.
I want to make sure this is an accurate process. Because I know, Pat, you might be tempted to say, hey, maybe because you're a Packers fan, you want to help the Packers. I'm going to make sure that does not happen.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Only
Thank you.
Fair interventions by you will be encouraged by me.
Thank you for that balance.
Or all.
Appreciate that. All right.
As commissioner, I will make sure that happens too, so you can leave.
And as commissioner, here's Jeffy to explain the rules and how Moron Trivia works.
Well, we predict the outcome of a chosen NFL game. We already told you it's going to be Green Bay at Dallas, and we do that by calling stores, places of business in chosen cities. Maybe convenience
in this case,
stores.
It would be Green Bay,
maybe convenience
and
stores.
Dallas.
That's correct, and it's in the greater Dallas and Green Bay areas.
Right.
And we ask them questions. The cities that answers the most questions correctly wins the game. It's just like a football game.
It's just that easy.
That's exactly
Four quarters,
like football.
four
Just
questions
like
a quarter. Four questions a quarter, exactly like football.
Now, if somebody hangs up after they've agreed to answer our questions, then what happens?
They get 0.
They get a 0.
So once you agree to play and you don't, forfeit the quarter.
Yeah, and it's on. Like Donkey Kong.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we may be talking about some other things, but when you hear this sound, right, that's a contestant. That means when you hear that, we have a contestant. And then we'll, ask them the questions.
Now, did we just hear that because we have a contestant, or because you were requesting?
I was requesting because he was requesting it.
Yeah. Okay, so no contestant.
No contestant.
This is one of the reasons we stopped doing it this year, was because it's so hard to get people to answer their phones now.
Yeah,
it's just a whole different world. And used to be where you'd call somebody at a convenience store, they answer.
Well, you think, especially in a business.
Yeah. Not anymore.
I get that people don't want to answer their phone in the morning of at their house. They're waking up. They're getting ready. I get it.
Yeah, but we don't call residential areas.
You're calling 24/7 convenience stores.
Yes.
And they're still not answering, or at least will not participate.
And COVID hurt that 24/7 deal too.
Yeah, because a lot of them close.
That's
true.
That and the hook. Hey, don't you want to be on the radio? It's kind of lost its charm. Nah, I got 200,000 followers on Instagram. Why do I want to be on the radio, man?
And not only the Instagram thing, but every living human being has a podcast.
That's right.
And so, they hear themselves all the time. All right, we got a contestant in Dallas, right? And who is it? Who? They hung up. Okay.
Oh, no.
We don't have a contestant in Dallas. This is the problem.
No, this is going to be good.
We're obviously a few days away from the Iowa caucuses.
Yes.
And, we've been doing all this coverage of this, as I know you have as well, Pat. And one of the things that's been different this cycle from every other cycle is, there's no polls.
Yeah, that's weird.
We came out of the new year with no polls in almost a month.
Why is that? Is that because it's so hard to get people on?
Very related to the Moron Trivia problem. In fact, that's what pollsters call it, the Moron Trivia problem.
That probably is pretty close to being true.
Back in the day, they used to have 30% response rates when they would make these phone calls.
Okay.
Now it's 1%.
1%. Or just one person answers.
Just one person answers.
One person answers.
The entire poll.
That takes forever to get.
1%?
Yeah, 1% to 2% is the typical range now.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Now, that gives you all sorts of interesting things because, number one, you wonder how dependable these polls are when you're only getting 1% of people to answer.
Yeah.
And number two, the polls are now infinitely more expensive to conduct.
Yeah, because you got to call so many more people.
You have to hire more people. You have to they have to work longer to get the actual amount.
Yeah.
And it gets more. There's more and more involved with weighting different groups because you can't get different groups are harder to get in touch with. Obviously, it's just a disaster for these companies. One of the things you'll notice when you look at the polls this year is it used to be like the Des Moines Register poll. Now it's like the Des Moines Register, Suffolk University, New York Times, Pepsi, Oreos, poll. And it's like because they have 95 sponsors to try to pay for these things.
Yeah.
It's really getting difficult. And, a lot of
the
pollsters
Oreos poll is probably one of the most accurate, though, isn't it?
It is. I will say it's the best one. But they combine all these pollsters or all these sponsors to pay for a poll. And then a lot of these companies are now just doing different types of polling where they'll like, well, you're not going to call people. We're just going to get a bunch of people on the internet.
Yeah, and internet polls, please. They're just not accurate.
Yep.
They're not. They're not scientific. They're not accurate. For some reason, I guess because of bots and people vote more than once? Why is it so much less accurate?
It's a little different than these old school internet polls. If you remember going back to Iowa caucuses of the past, Ron Paul was going to win by 85% in previous
Country
elections.
would have been better for it.
Well, probably would have been a lot of improvements for sure. But
those were some fun people too. Ron
yes,
Paul
they
fans.
were.
There's
fun people.
every year there's a group.
They're fun.
Every year there's a group of people who just go insane for their candidate, and like if you don't stroke that candidate the exact perfect right way, man, do they get pissed at you?
Nobody comes to mind.
Not one word of criticism, constructive or not.
No.
Actually, that's the way Pat is with Asa. Correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Pat's a big Asa.
Did you see Asa's still in it?
He is. I'll believe me.
In it to win.
I'm fascinated by it.
It was Stu who reminded me.
Oh, okay. Wait, you needed reminding?
Yeah, oddly, I saw a headline just the other day, and it said Asa Hutchinson closing message to Iowa. I'm still running.
Yeah. So amazing.
Legitimately the headline.
So amazing.
But these pollsters are now doing internet polls of the old school Ron Paul days where like you just vote and vote and vote and vote. It's not that. It's more advanced than that. They're trying to combine like the scientific parts of these polls with the internet. So they're doing the same types of screening but reaching out through the internet, which again gives you somewhat questionable results. Some places are trying these panel polls too, which are kind of interesting, where they'll screen a group of, let's say, 1,000 people once and then keep going back to them over and over and over again.
All right, we have Queen. Is that what you said? Queen in Dallas.
Yeah.
Hey, Queen.
Hey.
All right. Where in Dallas are you? Or the DFW area?
Oh, I'm not in Dallas.
You're not in Dallas. Where are you? Are you somewhere in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex?
No.
No. Okay.
Texas?
Where are you?
East Texas, Jefferson.
Oh, okay. Where?
Okay.
Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah, sure.
Fine.
I think.
It's somewhere near, I don't know, Texas somewhere. All right. We'd like to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Okay.
Okay? You can't ask anybody around you for help.
Okay.
If you don't know the answer, just take a guess. All right? Question number 1. Which state's initials are M-O?
Missouri.
Missouri is exactly right. Congratulations. All right. Question number 2. Describe green energy.
Green energy.
Green energy.
Positive.
What is that?
Positive, I believe.
Positive energy.
Positive energy?
Positive.
That's
energy.
close.
Yeah. We're not going to.
It's envious energy. You
Oh,
know,
green,
like that.
green.
Yeah. Green with envy. Green. Yes, right. Question number 3. February 14th is a date typically associated with what?
Can you repeat that?
Repeat it.
Can you tell me that one more time?
She's asking you to repeat it, Pat.
Oh, okay. February 14th is a date typically associated with what? Did we lose her? Oh my goodness.
No.
That was too tough. That was too tough a question.
Devastating.
Because what we were looking for was it's associated with being the day before the 15th. Typically, it's associated with that. So
it is. It is.
She couldn't come up with that.
No.
So she gets a 0 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Big, what was her name?
Stinking 0.
Queen of Missouri. She knew that one.
She knew M.O. I'm really surprised.
So she knows a state's abbreviation.
But you don't know Valentine's Day?
The pressure's too much. Click! Golly.
Sorry, the envious energy thing threw me for a loop. Rhonda?
Rhonda.
Oh, Rhonda.
Help me.
Hey, Rhonda.
Hello.
Hi. How are things today?
Fine, thank you.
In Green Bay or somewhere in Wisconsin. Is it cold?
Very cold.
Yeah. What's the temperature like this morning?
10 degrees.
10?
With a wind chill of 20.
Oh, wow.
Wait, it's warmer?
Yeah,
oh, the wind is making it warmer? So you got a warm breeze blowing? Oh, okay.
It's a southern
20
breeze.
below zero. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's a bit nippy.
And it's going to get even colder, right?
Correct.
You know what that is, Rhonda? Global warming.
That's
Damn
right.
it. If we could only do something about it. Stop breathing if you would, or at least exhaling. You can breathe in, just don't breathe out.
That's right.
Okay, and it'll get a lot warmer in Green Bay. All right, so we're going to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right. Okay? Is that all right? All right, okay.
Yep.
You can't ask anybody around you for help. If you don't know the answer, just take a guess. Question number 1. Which state's initials are M-O?
Missouri.
Missouri is...
Yeah.
Wow.
M-I-Z, baby. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows that.
Question number 2. Describe for me green energy.
Where you're recycling.
Recycling.
We accept recycling?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Commissioner,
No.
we can't
No.
accept...
What color?
Recycling is part of it.
Yeah, it's recycling. Green.
Yeah,
everything
right?
green.
Easy,
You're
Rhonda.
recycling.
Easy.
What color is
What?
what color is the can? The recycling can.
Green?
It's green.
It's green?
In some states.
Yeah.
Okay.
In some states.
And the energy is...
Green.
What we were looking for, though, is the energy to go, because green means go.
Oh, yeah.
So it gives you that energy, that you can go ahead and, go. All right, Rhonda, question number 3.
Rhonda.
February 14th is typically associated with what?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Nicely done. Are you all set for Valentine's Day? You got your gift for your special person in your life?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Are you married?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You ever cheat on your husband?
Never.
No. Okay. Good for you. Good for you.
Rhonda.
We're very proud of you. But are you telling us the truth, though? Because Jeffy is skeptical. He's skeptical.
All right.
All right. Question number 4. If it's 4:30 p.m. in Miami, Florida, what time is it in New York City?
4:30.
4:30.
Wow.
Yes.
Did we
That's
call
exactly
it
right.
university? What was?
I know. Do you have a PhD, Rhonda?
No, I do not.
No. Okay. All right. Do you have a bachelor's degree?
No, I do not. I have an associate's degree.
An associate's. Okay. So you went to like a junior college or something?
Correct.
Okay. Which one? Where'd you go?
Rasmussen College.
Are you a Green Bay Packer fan?
No, I am not.
You're not.
We found the one.
Is it just football you don't like, or you just don't like the Packers?
I don't like football.
Yeah, I don't blame you. We hate it. Too.
Oh, man.
We hate it.
Well, Rhonda, thank you for participating. You've been a fabulous guest. Maybe the best we've ever had.
Yeah.
Would you guys say?
Yep.
Yeah, best we've ever had, Rhonda.
Yeah. And your husband's a lucky man.
He's a lucky, lucky man.
He knows that.
Okay. Thanks, Rhonda. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
All right. Who do we have here? Lacey. Hey, Lacey. Lacey?
Yes, sir.
Hi, how
Lacey.
are you? You doing all right today?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing good. Thanks.
Whoa.
Hey, we would like to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay. You can't ask anybody around you for help. Sounds like there's somebody there with you, but that you can't get any help from them. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Question number 1. How many months are there in a typical leap year?
13. I'm sorry. 13.
13
in a leap year. Yeah.
That's
13
right.
in a leap year.
Actually, you should have gone the other way. It's 11 because you leap over one of them. Yeah.
That's what she started to say.
Yeah, I know.
And you should have stuck with your
should have
instinct.
stuck with that. They always say, stick with your first instinct on that. You might want to keep that in mind as we continue here. Question number 2. What is SPF supposed to protect you from? SPF. What does it protect you from?
Impossible.
UV rays.
UV rays. That's
Interesting
correct.
long pause there.
Nice.
That wasn't.
I mean, I
interesting.
expected sunlight at best, but she actually nailed it.
Just a reminder.
Long enough to
UV
Google.
rays.
Just a reminder. You can't ask anyone for help.
Yeah, don't ask anybody for help.
Including your fingers when they're typing on a computer.
Exactly. Your thumbs were fast, though.
Name any member of the United States Congress without going to Google.
Lord.
No, the Lord is definitely.
He's definitely been
definitely not a member of Congress. Absolutely
wait,
not.
what'd you say? What?
Nancy Pelosi?
Nancy Pelosi?
Nice work. That's a good answer.
I would, however, like to
Sadly,
see
it's a good
Jesus
answer.
filibuster.
Yeah.
That would be something.
Yes. The Lord would be out of there. He'd be resigned in a week.
Yeah, no kidding. Question number 4. Who is the Secretary of Defense? He's been in the news lately.
Oh, come on. That's impossible.
What?
I don't know.
You don't know.
That's impossible. No one could know that.
It's
He
kind
doesn't
of
even know that.
Yeah, it's a trick question. Nobody knows his name, but he's a doctor of proctology. And so
he's learning about that.
Yeah, he's learning about that. Yeah. Yeah. He apparently doesn't have a prostate anymore. We do know that. They named his prostate, but not him. It's kind of weird. It's very
really
strange.
Weird.
That is weird. I'm not asking for a follow-up.
Yeah. All right.
I would like to know, though.
You did a fabulous job. I don't think we've never had a contestant quite this good, have we?
No.
Not once.
Not once.
Not ever. So congratulations. We're going to send you the home version of our game psychically. And I just did.
Oh, wow.
All right. I think we already lost her.
Yeah,
we already lost her. She's not messing around.
Actually, if she hung up, unfortunately, I don't think she gets any points. Jeffy
really
very
good point.
clearly explained that before this started.
Yes, he did.
She did answer all the questions.
And well.
Stu.
I'm sorry, that is not the rule as
No, it's
as
if
defined.
they hang up
if
after
they
they've
hang
said
up after
yes.
they've agreed.
Mm-hmm. And
she
I didn't
agreed
say
and
goodbye
answered the
yet.
questions.
So that was really
What a
rude at the very
scam.
least.
This is so typical of this guy.
It really
Again,
is.
Typical what I would describe as a Cowboys fan, mainly because I dislike him.
And this is from an uninterested observer.
I don't care what happens.
He doesn't care.
In this game at all. I mean, what do I care?
He doesn't care.
I'm an Eagles fan. Don't care about whether the Packers win or lose.
I got to tell you, as much as I like the Cowboys, would be fun seeing Jordan Love.
Oh man,
and the Green Bay Packers
sure would
coming into AT&T Stadium
and beating
the Dallas Cowboys.
Give them a nice beatdown.
Would
be
be
awesome.
I don't think it's going to happen. But it would be fun to see.
We'll see. They've been really good at home, though. Have they? They haven't lost.
No,
a game,
they have not.
8-0 at home.
Yeah, not beating them.
It's going to be tough. All right, it's 2024, and you really have to start taking care of your liver right now, more than ever. Why? Well, according to the latest data from the American Heart Association, adults with fatty liver were 3.5 times more likely to have heart failure than those without. Right, Jeffy? The American Liver Foundation, just because you're a liver expert, I was just turning to you, the liver expert. In
Dr. Fisher. That's what we always call him off the air.
Right.
Because he knows so much about fatty livers.
People don't know that, but I think they do now. The Liver Foundation says that over 100 million Americans have fatty liver, which means a lot of people are at risk. We know we throw everything at our livers, cholesterol, alcohol, toxins, Tylenol, things that are tough for your liver to process. So that's why so many of us have sluggish fatty liver. Well, for decades now, your liver has helped you with over 500 key functions every day. It's time to offer some help back to your liver. Here's the way you do that with Liver Health Formula. It's an all-natural supplement, contains 11 clinically proven botanicals that help recharge and protect your liver. You can try it and receive a free bottle of nano-powered omega-3 to help keep your heart healthy as well. Try Liver Health Formula by going to getliverhelp.com/Pat. Claim your free bonus gift. That's getliverhelp.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, 888-933-93. More on trivia. What's the score, Commissioner Jeffy?
Well, we're in the bottom half of the second quarter. The Green Bay Packers are up 3-2.
Okay, Pack's still up.
Yeah.
And they haven't even had the ball in the second quarter yet.
Correct.
Amazingly, this is my predicted score of the actual game. 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah, I think Dallas gets a late safety to avoid the shutout, but it's a 3-2 final.
I hope not. Man, what a boring game that would be, wouldn't it? There have been some weird games in the NFL this year.
No ties, though.
No ties.
No. Jesus.
But teams scoring 70 points. Wasn't it the Dolphins that scored 70 in one game?
Against the Denver Broncos.
Was it Baltimore that did 63? It won 63-21 recently. I mean, that just doesn't normally happen in the NFL.
The Raiders had the craziest one where they lost a game 3-0 and then scored 63 the next week.
Game.
Crazy. That's amazing.
Gotta love the NFL.
Yeah,
you gotta love it.
Crazy. All right. So we're looking for somebody in the Green Bay area, Wisconsin.
Green Bay area.
But you can also open that up to Milwaukee.
It doesn't matter.
They used to play in Milwaukee, and Milwaukee fans are always Packer fans, right?
Yes.
So Milwaukee would be acceptable, but
Helena, Montana.
Well, my dad grew up and grew me up a Green Bay Packer fan for a reason, and I think it was because Green Bay was the closest NFL team to Helena,
Minnesota
on the main streets.
No, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota would have been closer.
Well, but he doesn't like Minnesota.
Okay.
Didn't like the Vikings.
Nobody likes
I think it was the purple. Nobody likes Minnesota.
Oh, that's a fair one. That's the purple. Let's keep going east.
Did you guys happen to watch that Minnesota Vikings documentary that came out a few months ago?
I don't think so.
It was just it's like a YouTube documentary. It's really good. It's very long, and I don't know how I got into it, and I couldn't stop watching it. But their history is
incredible.
Insane.
Of the Vikings?
I mean, I thought
about
I was
how they never win when they get to the Super Bowl.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Right.
A friend of mine who's a Vikings fan, we go back and forth. I contend the Falcons are more tortured. Are you saying after watching that documentary, the Vikings fans have been through more than...
I will say the same people made a documentary on the Atlanta Falcons, and they chose that one first.
Yeah.
So I will say probably the Falcons.
Who was
I think
Lou
the difference...
Grant, not Lou Grant, but
Bud Grant.
Bud Grant, yeah.
I think the difference between the
Lou
Falcons
Grant, TV guy.
and the Vikings in this scenario is that the Falcons were kind of seen as these like lovable losers, right? Like they didn't have a ton of success through these years. They had a lot of bad years, right? Like I remember when I was a kid always thinking them as one of the worst teams in the league.
The Falcons?
Yeah.
They were.
Minnesota, on the other hand, is one of the winningest franchises in NFL history.
Right.
They've won over and over and over and over
and they've
again.
been to the Super Bowl, what, 4 times?
4 times, yeah.
Lost every time?
Yeah.
Just like the Bills?
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. We'll finish up with more on trivia next.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Actually, use that Monday because we're in the midst of a scintillating moron trivia.
I was already dialing, though.
Yeah, just hang up.
I'm halfway through the number.
Just hang up.
Come on.
Yeah, sorry, Stu.
I wanted to talk.
That's kind of weird that you're dialing because you're talking to me right now.
I'm sitting directly across from you, and you said call.
Yeah, I did.
800.
Yeah.
888-900-3393.
Yes.
You know, if we have trouble
finished, that was the point.
If we have trouble getting contestants, our own Steve Baker has a suggestion. Maybe we call the FBI field offices in each city and ask them questions about the Constitution.
That's awesome. That's brilliant. We should maybe actually do that.
That's not a bad idea.
What time do they open? What time do they open?
6 o'clock, we know this is the start of their business day.
Oh, sure.
We really want to trust Steve Baker on things that might annoy the government.
Thank you.
Is he the guy you want to go to?
He is. He's the guy.
Because what could possibly go wrong?
Plus, we'd like some teams to score some points.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing what they're doing to him and so many other journalists.
He's such a good guy too. He's
Such a good guy.
He's like this is very like calm, reasoned guy. Went in did some journalism.
Right.
Covered an event. They used all of his footage and like documentaries on HBO and everything. And then they're like, we're gonna throw you in prison. I'm like, what?
Yeah, we just decided that. It took us 2.5 years, but we just decided you're going to jail. Crazy.
By the way, New York Times did a big breakdown of all the charges.
Yeah.
Did you see this? This is like last week.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's 1,200 people they have charged on, and I don't know if Steve's included in that one. I guess he now would be. I don't know if it's updated all the way.
He said yesterday that he hasn't been officially charged.
Not officially charged. Okay.
So weird.
But like when you really look at it, again, this is supposed to be an insurrection, right? An insurrection.
Right.
I think 400 of them have prison attached to it. So 800 of the 1,200 are either Some of them pled guilty and just got nothing, or got very minor crimes.
It's almost 1,300 now, by the way.
Almost 1,300.
Anyway.
And they are continuing to go. But really, an insurrection occurred with 400 people that got to felony charges.
Right.
And of those, most of them still aren't, they weren't charged with 20-year prison times. It was 2 people were in that category. And so this entire insurrection was mainly people who had no idea going that day they were going to be involved in this.
Yep.
And then wind up being charged with minor crimes.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to believe is this insurrection that not only they didn't get charged with, many of them, but also now another guy who didn't get charged with it, Donald Trump, is supposed to get thrown off the ballot because he was involved in this insurrection with these people.
Right.
I mean, it's so backwards and ridiculous.
Asinine.
It's almost like we're not a real country.
Almost.
If this were to hold up,
almost like that.
I keep saying that, but it's the only thing that prevents it from being true is the Supreme Court, who at least is stepping in most of these cases and turning.
And hopefully
the right
they
way.
will in this case.
And
I agree, but this administration has delegitimized that every day.
Right. Yes, right.
So that when they make when they make the right call to that funny thing that we're supposed to live by called the
construction.
Construction.
The construction.
Construction of the United
Then
States.
everybody will be upset because they did the wrong thing.
Yeah, this is the greatest thing you could do. This is what they're doing with the student loan stuff, right? We'll
Ignore it.
We'll do it. Then the Supreme Court will overturn it, and if they overturn it, we just blame the Supreme Court and say that they're bad. It's not our fault. We tried.
They're illegitimate.
And so politically, with their dumb supporters, it works.
Sure does.
Because it looks like, these darn Republicans are getting in our way again. And it's well, no, the whole system of government is getting in your way because you're in the middle of committing things that are absolutely impeachable acts.
Yeah.
When you ignore the Supreme Court and just blow through it anyway, they have a new plan today. They just announced another plan today for loan forgiveness that they're just implementing.
This. They keep ignoring the Supreme Court order, and they're doing it anyway. This will be the third time.
I took out a loan for $8 million.
You have one?
I took out a loan for $8 million. And I don't know that they could forgive that loan, but they could certainly give me the money to pay it off.
What did you use that money for, out of curiosity?
Well, did you go to the University of Fatness? Where did you go to school?
That's just a college,
it was
Pat.
a community.
That's not
It was a community college.
Yeah, okay. Community College of Fatness. Yeah.
I thought there wasn't. I thought this show. Just as a side note,
yes,
I thought this show had
I'm just stating the fact that that's where I thought you went to
fat
school.
Shaming.
It doesn't say anything about shame. Did I say it was shameful to go to the University of Fatness?
The tone in your voice did, yes.
It's an incredible accomplishment to graduate from a college.
Yeah.
And you obviously have a master's.
Fatness
PhD's got a PhD.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Don't downplay it.
They've got some good sports teams over there at FCC.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
They do. Their sumo wrestlers are some of the best in the country.
Competitive eating is top club team.
See, here we, that's what
I feel like shot put. Would be good at shot put. It's a lot of the speed sports, they're not as good at.
No. They don't have a lot of people on the 100-yard dash. I guess it's a 100-meter dash now.
See, this is fat affirming. This isn't shaming.
Yeah,
right.
Encouraging.
Right. To be honest, we're not doing anything with the word dash unless it's the food seasoning.
All right. Let me take a minute and tell you about Miracle Made because traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. How nasty is that?
That is.
That's just plain nasty. I don't even like to think about it. Right?
Yeah.
Why?
That's not fat shaming. That's
I will say
talking about your diseases.
Just to pause the commercial for a little bit. I'm glad you're here.
It's disease affirming. Really, it's not even disease shaming. We're affirming he has a lot of diseases. Well, Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding.
You got to get these things, Jeff.
Sheets, pillowcases, comforters. Prevent 99%. Jeff, 99% of bacteria require 3 times less laundry. Wow. So you're only doing a third of the laundry that you need to do
Frees
right now.
up the time for the women.
Right? Self-cooling properties for better quality sleep using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA. Miracle Made sheets are thermal-regulating, designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long. So you just get better sleep every night. Miracle Made sheets. They're luxurious, they're inexpensive, and you are going to love these. That's why they've got so many 5-star ratings. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat and Try Miracle Made sheets right now. If you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code PAT at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product that it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not 100% satisfied, you get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat. Use the promo code PAT and get your 3-piece towel set free and save over 40% off. Trymiracle.com/Pat. We got Shar in somewhere in Wisconsin, I would think. Hey, Shar. Hi.
Hi.
How are things?
Good.
Good. We've been curious and wondering about you. In fact, I woke up in a cold sweat last night thinking, oh my gosh, how is Shar doing? And so it's nice to know that you're doing okay. We'd like to ask you 3 quick questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay. You can't ask for help. If you don't know the answer, just take a guess.
Okay.
How many months are there in a typical leap year? How many months in a typical leap year?
Typical year. 72.
72 months?
72, yeah.
That's really close.
That is.
It's actually a trick question. Due to global warming, we no longer have it. There are no leap years anymore. Yeah,
I
it's
took it
weird.
away.
Weird. What is SPF supposed to protect you from?
Sun rays.
Sun rays. Indeed. It can also help with leprosy. Question number 3.
Must be new.
Name any member of the United States Congress.
Jack Bergman.
Jack Bergman?
Yeah.
Is that your representative?
Yes.
Is there a Jack Bergman?
Confirmed.
Nice job.
That's a good guy.
Good.
Is the sign for his re-election close to your shop?
Yes.
Yeah.
How's Jack doing, by the way? Is he doing a good job?
Oh, yes.
Good to hear.
We've
Good
always
to hear.
said that, too. Question number 4. Who is the Secretary of Defense? He's a guy who's been in the news lately. You know his name?
Oh, shoot.
Ooh, that was a big build-up. I thought we were going a different direction there.
What is his name?
Offhand, no, I don't know.
Carrot
Nobody
Top.
knows his name.
His name is Carrot Top.
He's in hiding.
What's his
Secretary of
nickname?
Defense.
That's his nickname.
Right.
That's not his real
He's
name.
redheaded and
jacked. The guy's been at
jacked.
the gym constantly.
Yeah, he really has. People used to make fun of him, but then he started beating the crap out of him.
Right.
So. Well, you've been a fabulous contestant. Thank you for playing, and we're going to send you the home version of our game psychically. And I just did.
Thank you.
Did you get it?
All right.
Got it.
All right.
Nice.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. She was chipper and fun.
Yes, he was.
She was great.
All right. Where are we
Halftime,
score-wise here at the half?
5-2, Green Bay.
I think we call it here.
I think we do. I think you're right.
It's a good stopping point.
We have time for at least another quarter.
I don't think so. I mean, again,
you're right.
if you don't want to rush these
You're
things,
right.
first of all,
They got to breathe.
yeah.
Don't
and
you feel like?
Look,
I
I
feel like
say
they have to
this.
breathe all these quarters.
I say all of this as an uninterested observer who won't even be paying attention to the outcome of this game. I have no interest in it whatsoever.
Yeah,
Right. This is completely fair and objective.
I'd
from
also
you.
Thank you, Pat.
I'd like to take the time to point out that I'm not sure there's another show anywhere that is talking about Jack Bergman today.
I want to know now, though.
Yeah. So,
Isn't it fascinating, though? Seriously, we do this every day.
I've never heard of him.
I've never
Jack
considered.
Bergman.
I don't even know what party he's in.
No.
I legitimately.
Nope.
It's
But
incredible.
she's gone by the sign
Absolutely.
that says Jack Bergman.
Re-elect, and it works.
Office
right?
next left or whatever.
We should ask her if she's going to vote for him. Gosh, darn, we should have voted. if she's gonna
Well,
vote
she
for
sounded like she liked what he's doing.
Yeah.
So. Is he a Democrat or Republican? Do you have it there?
Republican.
Republican? Oh,
76 years old.
Oh, I love him.
76. Perfect.
Looks like he is a
too
He's
young.
He's got
for
like 20
Congress.
years to go.
Too young.
Yeah,
You're
you
right.
got to get someone with experience in there. They put these people right out of college in Congress now. I mean, what? 76. I mean, that is just way too young.
We've got to play that bit again. Was it done by Babylon Bee, where they're talking to the old guy, their grandpa, and it's like, Grandpa, it's time now. We can't take care of you anymore. You're not doing well. It's time you run for the U.S. Senate. He's like, no! no.
We'll have to find
Gotta
out.
play that again. That's so good.
All right. Well, I do have to run over to this other little show that we've got going on.
Is there another one that's in this building?
Yeah. No. I know it's not.
What is
need to
that
go
show?
over there and it's. Do you know?
Are you talking about Stu Does America? I know
Your
that.
favorite station in your metropolitan area. The Big Fog.
Oh, you're the midday guy on the 109.9.
In your metropolitan area, yes, I am.
Okay. You taking requests today?
Well, thanks, Stu.
Oh yeah, we got the all request lunch.
Oh,
coming up.
nice.
Yep, make sure to get.
Are you getting the let out at 7?
Yeah, we're getting the let out.
Speaking of lunch, he's gonna take us to an awesome restaurant where they serve like dishes and mountains of meat right there in front of you at your table.
Yeah, but I can't wait for you to join
doesn't
us
help
there.
me at all.
Wait, that doesn't help you much.
You won't be able to come? Oh, darn.
Dang it.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna come anyway. I'm just to sit next to you the entire time.
Wait, you're gonna watch him eat? That's all you're gonna do?
The next day, I'm taking you to the asparagus factory.
Yes.
So that'll be good.
Yes,
you're gonna love it. It's absolutely gonna love it.
Sister restaurant of Cheesecake Factory.
Yes.
They came out. It's not as popular.
I was gonna
But
say
it's delicious.
It will be.
There's
it
no
will be
wait.
someday.
3 people have been there in the last 14 years.
Get it anytime. All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you
good
for
one.
this.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, good
Go
luck to the
Birds,
Eagles.
of course.
Yeah.
And again, no interest in who wins this particular game that you're discussing today.
Appreciate it.
May not do well down there in Tampa. So
It's no kidding. I fully expect him to lose. I've already resigned myself to this. I've already mourned the season. I'm past it already, but I'm still going to watch.
they're already whining about all the injuries. And,
They don't even have a lot of injuries. They're actually relatively healthy.
Your quarterback's got a thumb issue.
Your quarterback can't even pass the ball.
That happened in the game when they were down 24-0 to the Giants.
Wow.
The collapse had already occurred. Don't use this as an excuse.
The collapse started when they kicked Dom off the sideline.
That's when
They didn't do it. The NFL did it.
For one night, but
the NFL banned him for the whole season.
For the rest of the season.
If you missed this was the member of the security that tried to break up a fight, and the NFL said, we don't need peacemakers in our league. So there you go.
Yes, you do. Half of them are domestic violence abusers. Of course you do.
Are you talking about Congress or the NFL?
38%. I'm sorry.
All right. Thanks, Stu.
Yeah, and speaking of the NFL playoffs, we might have record cold with the Kansas City Chiefs Miami Dolphins game. Game time temperature, what did I say, 3 degrees with a wind chill of minus 20 or something?
Some of these games that are coming up could be the coldest or among the coldest, like the top 5, I think, in NFL history.
Isn't it great?
I love it, yes.
Isn't it
is
great?
great.
It's just wonderful.
This is a game
Let's have these huge
for
games.
men.
Let's have these huge games that
Men
mean so
play
much.
this
And let's
game.
worry about the freaking weather.
A game for men, by men, featuring real men.
I can't.
Yes, they can handle the cold.
Ridiculous.
So we've talked about the Ice Bowl.
Ridiculous.
But, the Freezer Bowl is the coldest ever. That was when the Chargers played in Cincinnati, and the temperature was 9 below zero.
No, the Ice Bowl was colder than that. It was 13 below.
But the wind chill was minus 59.
Yeah.
Minus 55?
59.
59.
But now that's how they used to calculate it. So I think the way they calculate the wind chill now with improved technology, I think it's minus 30 or so wind chill. But still, that's a little chilly.
Still, that's really cold, man. That is brutal. That ball hits your hand. It feels like a piece of concrete. I mean, that's cold. Plus, you get tackled on that surface. Can you imagine? But again, it's a game by men, for men, featuring real men.
Ridiculous.
Nobody's asking you to play it.
Yeah, and the Bills are building a new stadium. They're gonna have to deal with weather in Buffalo
without a dome
and without a roof. You're like, okay.
We got a tarp that's going to cover 60% of the stands. Thanks. That's just ridiculous.
And that's
how is the NFL allows that to happen? I will never understand.
And that's a city that is affected often in the bullseye of lake effect snow.
Big time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's funny. It wasn't. It was last year. Yeah, it snowed so much they moved to a city where they could play in a dome.
They did play a home game in Detroit.
It's just
weird,
unbelievable to me.
How far is Detroit from Buffalo? That's
it's right there.
Across
just across the lake.
Yeah, just across the lake. Okay. This interesting story from New York as we awaited contestant in Dallas.
Wait, what? I thought we were done.
Are we done?
Oh.
You want to call it?
Yeah.
Should we just call it?
I mean...
All right, let's just call it.
Are we going to call it?
Packers win 5-2.
Are we going to be able to get...
wins.
2 contestants in? I mean, doesn't look like
not now. No, but thank you, everybody.
You
Appreciate
guys
your
are
help.
great. Thank
you. Packers are going to win this game.
According to Moron Trivia.
According to Moron Trivia.
They won Moron Trivia 5-2. We don't predict the score of the game.
Right, just the outcome.
It's just the outcome.
Yeah. So in New York, Chick-fil-A, they close everywhere. But the state of New York is considering forcing them to be open on Sundays from now on.
Wow.
Yeah, is it the entire state, or I guess it would be the entire state because they got mad. The Chick-fil-A's were at the road in the Northeast. You know, they have the
highway system.
Yes, and in that highway system, they have you pull off and you can get gas.
It's a really cool kind of system.
They have restaurants.
It works really well.
It works great. But they allowed the Chick-fil-A's to go in, and they've been mad
because Chick-fil-A's not open on Sunday.
People drive on Sundays, Pat.
Right, they do.
And so, how can you have a state drive-through gas station restaurant stop and then find Chick-fil-A closed?
Well, because Chick-fil-A is a private business and they choose to be closed on the Sabbath.
I mean, it's unbelievable. We say it every day, but it's just unbelievable.
I know, because it's just not America anymore. I mean, to even propose this, we might force them to be open on Sunday against their religious beliefs.
Well, they're already talking about just a pause for a second on the Chick-fil-A. They've talked about forcing Starbucks to open stores that they closed.
What?
Forcing
I hadn't heard that.
Starbucks to open stores that they've closed because they're saying that Starbucks closed that because they were against the unions. And so they closed those stores.
Is this in New York, too?
We're going to force them to open. I think some of the stores are in New York, but not all of them. Right.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Now,
come on now.
And I am absolutely with you 100% that Chick-fil-A, private business, do what they want. Mm-hmm. In fact, in the stadium that the Falcons play in, Mercedes-Benz, the Chick-fil-A has a setup, and they stay closed on Sunday, even though
that's a big day.
Most of the games that are played there are on Sunday.
I mean, there's a lot of events at that station that are
right, but still, I mean, that's their bread and butter is Sundays with Falcons games. And I swear, New York, California, what's going on?
Hey, real quick, do we have time for this Tucker Carlson thing? Talk with astrophysicist Dr. Willie soon. Really?
Yeah, we got to.
I want to get to this.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do this on overtime. So join us for overtime. You can get $30 off, too, by using the promo code Colony Ridge.
Right? Yeah.
Colony Ridge. And that is so worth it, watching the new documentary that Glenn did on Colony Ridge. It's an unbelievable situation. You won't believe it until you watch it, and even then, you'll be amazed. You will be amazed.
Your nation is getting.
It's a surprise that the guy who is in charge of the whole thing, Colony Ridge, misleads, says things that aren't true.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we hear you, Pod.
The developer?
Yeah. Just a surprise.
Well,
I couldn't believe it.
He claims there's 35,000 people there. It's more like 70 to 100,000 people there. Almost all illegal.
Oh, yeah.
BlazeTV.com, promo code Colony Ridge. And speaking of the border and everything that's going on there, it is absolutely fascinating and terrifying what is happening. The other one. Mm-hmm. That right there at the border, just yesterday. We got some big news happening between Texas and the federal government.
State of Texas has seized all property along the riverfront at the border in the Eagle Pass area under governor's emergency powers, including federal processing locations and equipment, according to multiple sources.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
Yep.
Wow. All access to the property is limited to state authority only. Border Patrol will be permitted to enter the property to remove their equipment and supplies.
Wow.
Agents will not have access to the area unless there's a medical emergency.
What does that sound like to you?
Poking the bear, man.
Does that sound like anything? You might want to look up these GPS coordinates, because that sounds like another part of American history when maybe we had the Fort Sumter issue.
Jeez.
When the state took over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a very serious zoom there. I love it.
And why? Oh.
The state plans to start arresting all who cross the criminal. They're going to charge them as criminal trespassers.
If the federal agents try to get
into there. Wow. Jeez.
Okay.
That's pretty serious.
That's worth watching.
That's pretty serious.
That is pretty serious.
Congratulations on,
and that's what happens when
seizing control of this.
When a government is derelict.
Yeah.
Then another government has to say, all right, we'll take care of it.
I might need to eat a cookie or something if I look up those, while I'm looking up those GPS
No,
coordinates,
I took care of it. I went
So-
ahead and I stole my own thunder, so never mind.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just thinking, maybe I could
You
go
want a
to-
cookie, though?
I do.
What kind of cookie in particular
I
would
was
you
thinking
want?
about maybe Kexi.
What a smooth transition.
I was thinking about maybe eating a
Pat,
Kexi
do you have a
cookie.
connection with a company that makes
I've
cookies?
heard about a Kexi cookie company.
I only go to this because I want to hear the promo code.
The promo code is Winter Blues. Winter Blues. You get 10% off right now because we all have Winter Blues. Get 10% off your Kexi cookie.
Thank you.
Kexi.com. Winter Blues.
Today's order, Winter Blues.
Cannon. Tonight.
Tonight's
in
episode.
color. Remember the days when they had to say
I love that.
in color?
Yeah.
Because it'd been black and white for so long and it was a brand new thing. In color.
color.
That shows how old
In
I
living
am.
color.
So old. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll be back here Monday on a very, very cold Monday, pretty much all over the country.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.